and they refuse to see the change in me. Why won't they wake up? Come on, come. Ooh, we're live. Total chaos and devastation is coming, and this is not clickbait. Yesterday, God gave me the greatest gift. Life is a gift. God gave me actually two gifts yesterday. The gift of foresight. And yesterday, I'm going to share what God has showed me. It's going to be one heck of a ride. Most people won't like what's coming. And, it's a Matrix holiday, and it allows us to see the stark difference. Society is almost like split into two right now. There are people that are plugged into the Matrix, and there are people that are just out in nature. And in the revelation that I had yesterday, I had an epiphany yesterday, and now I'm able to clearly see how this is going to play out. So this is if you are a conscious individual and you came across this podcast, if you're consuming content, for those that are totally conscious to the great changes that are happening in the world, this is going to be the greatest lesson and podcast you have ever listened to, maybe in your entire life. When you sit very quietly and realize that you are going to be considered to the Matrix folk of the world, the people that are plugged in. And you could see this on a quote unquote holiday weekend. And all of a sudden, people that, where did they come from? Oh, the Matrix is allowing us to maybe go to the beach today, right? Because it's on the calendar, right? It's actually not part of their life. They just show up because the guards of the Matrix, the guards, they said we could go out in nature today on the beach because it's a holiday in the Matrix, but they have no clue. They have no clue the chaos, the absolute destruction that's about to happen. And people that are well aware of it, it's literally nature. And you cannot stop nature. You could be ignorant to nature. You might not have any idea of what's going on because you're totally disconnected to the ebbs and flows of nature, if you will. What's about to happen? You can't stop nature. Can't stop God. Can't stop Mother Earth from the cycles that Mother Earth is going through. So it's a very powerful word today. I appreciate everyone coming on. Very grateful if you could click the like button. It pushes this forward to other people that are not part of the whole it's a Matrix holiday. It's wild what you see. I'm going to be teaching a lesson, and then Mayor Mike is going to be delivering a public service announcement to the folk today. It's good to see everyone. When you have foresight, this ain't my first rodeo. And when you know about the world, when you know about nature, when you know about anything in life, you have now that professional. And once you have exceeded the Matrix level, the NPC mindless consciousness, right? You're far beyond it. You have literally shifted your frequency, and you have what's called foresight. Okay, years ago, I used to hang out with older guys, and they used to say, they were amazed by me. They used to say, Mike, you have such foresight. So I actually have a gift of seeing things happen before they actually happen. And so I'm filming this. This is a very relevant video and lesson for the shift that we're going through in this very potent year. and we're talking about the energetic year of the fire horse. So this is going to be going on for quite some time, and we are going to experience chaos and devastation as the shift is happening, as the tides, the flows are happening. But the people that have done the inner work, the people that have already disconnected from the matrix, oh, you're just out there. It's just a typical day for you. So I'm doing my afternoon walk yesterday, and there's just so many people. A beautiful, quiet beach is just it's out of control, right? Because it's the Matrix holiday, and then all of a sudden you have like more than double, almost triple the amount of people. It's really wild. It's really wild that if you would like to comment, we're the People's Channel. You want to be part of the People's Channel, click subscribe. Isn't it wild that either government or other people have to dictate when you're allowed to actually live your life? It's so wild. Anyway, so I'm on the beach and I'm walking, and then when I get to when you get to the point at the end, there's an area where people are allowed to drive their trucks onto the beach, and I'm walking, and then I get to this point where you turn, and then you're kind of getting into the area where now there's all these trucks that are just parked on the beach, and it's a holiday, and there's people that aren't normally there. They don't know the ebbs and flows. They have no clue. So now I'm walking, and I know that it's low tide. And low tide is about to finish. And, as I'm walking, there are different areas of where people decided to set up. And as I'm walking, I see these people that they got their trucks. Some of them made like a little, tent thing in the ground, right? Got the boys got the keg. Oh, let's do the keg, all that stuff, right? Everything's all set up. The cars are there, revving the engine. Let's have a good time. I'm looking around, and I'm like, within an hour, because at the point that's when the tide changes, the tide changes very drastically, and I'm like, this is all underwater in an hour, this area over here. And I walk past, and I see people that I normally see, and then there's people that know this and they know the area, and they set up in a place where they know that in about 1 hour the tide is going to come in, and where all these trucks are, the tents are all pitched up. This is all going to be underwater. Upon realizing this, and I want to get all the way to the end and go back, and I'm thinking in my head, and I'm like, these people have no clue. They have no clue that this is all going to be underwater, and I could see in my head the chaos that's about to happen. Oh my God! Getting in the trucks, the tents are and where are all these people going to go? Where are all these cars? The trucks are going to go. The people have to take the tents. Then there are people already back more, and they're already sitting there, and then the land kind of goes down where the water's going to fill up. And I'm like, this is going to be a shift show. Oh, baby, this is going to be a shift show. So I continue my walk briskly, and then I get out of there. Hold that thought. So do I stop? Do I stop to tell everyone, do you know that this is going to be underwater in less than an hour? Do I stop and warn everyone? They're there, and they want to enjoy the beach day. And I want anyone, there's a lot of people that get this, and you want to maybe wake other people up. So I want you to think about this lesson that I'm putting out there today. Did I stop to tell everyone? They're going to look at me like I got 5 heads on my shoulders, right? No. There's no way that I'm going to tell all these people. right? Mind you, I'm not going to stay there because I see the chaos, the absolute chaos, I got to get out of there, right? So I don't stop, and I got to walk, and I'm going to get out of there. People are not going to listen to you. We are too far beyond, and when you think about when there's so many, like if there's just like a few people, it's not a big deal, a person, so I got to move. It's coming up. But what happens when in this area, there's literally like hundreds of people, 1,000 people, so many trucks, they all have to move. And it's all at the end. So it's all funnel. It's almost like being in the city. You ever live in a city? And think about all the people that are in the city, all the people, all these people, all jam packed together, and then an event happens, and these people that they're not going to hear you. I continue my walk, and I get out of that area, and I'm walking in the area where there's just people just sitting down. There's no cars. And I'm walking, about a couple minutes. And then all of a sudden I hear, ooh, and I see this boy and girl, they're picking up the stuff. It's all wet. It's all coming up. And that's, so I could only imagine, right? I see the tides coming in. And there's just a lot of people that don't, normally go and do these things. So they have no clue. They have no clue about the ebbs and flows of the earth, the ebbs and flows of the tides. Utilize this to the great changes that are happening in the world right now. Luke Ahmed, thank you very much for the super chat. I'm so grateful for the support. I appreciate that very much. And I finished my walk, and I'm a deep thinker, and there's more to this story that God gave me a sign after this that I needed to speak about this today very, very strongly. And there could be all these people on the beach, and you just walk through them like it's nothing. And even though there's all these people, I actually see more people I know. I think people that normally go, they avoid. It's amateur hour. Years ago, it used to be amateur hour for like going to the clubs. Now it's just amateur hour. Oh, I'm going. And they have absolutely no clue. And so I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, I remember when the summer began years ago, had a different vibe to it. And, when you're expanding your consciousness, like you just don't fit in. You're not on that frequency anymore. And people are not going to understand you anymore. And the moral of the story is those people needed to learn about it's not my place to go, and I would look silly. I'm teaching those that have to understand that it's already too late to wake anyone up, and people must learn. So all those, however many people, however the tide was going to come in and everything, they had to learn and go through that experience so that in the future of their life, they have this real life evidence. And we learn through everyday life experiences. It's the name of the channel. It's Our Everyday Lives. Okay, John writes, you are correct. So anyone, I know there's a lot of people that want to help or save others. And you could do that on a one-on-one basis, but you go out in the world, right? And I learned this on my journey too. There's a lot of spiteful, disrespectful people in the world. Have you seen them out there? Okay. So, and I've learned about this. So though all those people are going to have to learn through the experience, and then they'll know better in the future. So, okay, so I had this experience, and I'm like, and an epiphany comes to me. I said, I got to talk about this on our world famous YouTube channel tomorrow on the podcast. But wait, there's more. So I'm sitting with this in the car. I drive home, and as I'm leaving the beach, there's just so many people, and I feel like almost disgusted. It's a different vibe. Like years ago, it's like, you know, when you're younger and you're just like, oh yes, it's party time, and it's like all these people. And now when you shifted your frequency, it's overwhelming. Are you an empath? Do you get overwhelmed by large crowds? I actually stay away from this guy. I stay away from large crowds. Okay. So I get out of there. I saw on the phone, there might be like rain that came in at 4 o'clock, and it was like in the 1 o'clock hour. So I drive and I get back home, and as I park the car, I see droplets coming down. I see the rain's coming down, and I say to myself, you know, it's good I got out of there. And then I'm also thinking too, imagine if the rain goes there, and then you have the tides moving, then you got the rain coming down, and now everyone's trying to get off the island all at once. Think about these things, especially those that you know, they love the city. Okay, so I parked the car. I got stuff in the back that I need to take out, and the rain's coming out. So I open the door, and the rain's coming down, and I hear it's like blasting some of the cars. And I said, oh, I better hurry up. I go in the back seat, and I'm like, I'm not really getting wet. And, you know, it's just like a little drizzling coming down. But now I hear it really coming down. And I close the door, and I'm like, should I run to, you know, because I don't want to get totally soaked. And I'm just looking, and it's like, it's not really coming down so much. It's just like a drizzle, but I hear it. So I get through the entranceway, and I turn around, and I'm looking outwards, and in front of me is just like a little drizzle. And then right over there, it's coming down. It's just coming down. And I was in a place where the cloud, it was like right there was like the end of where it was like super heavy rain coming down. I'm looking at the rain over there. And then right over here, it's just drizzling a little bit. And I just stopped, and I had to look at this and maybe you have ever caught into it's a very rare occurrence where you see that. So it's almost like one side of the street, the rain is totally coming down, and it's like this just drizzle over here. And I looked at it for a little bit, and then eventually the rain, just all started coming down. But I felt like I needed to come home. I needed to be at that exact moment in our lives. There is truthfully divine timing where God gives us messages. And when I left what was going to be chaos, and I was thinking, and I was letting it marinate in my brain. And now I'm looking right here, and I'm like, it's just drizzling over here. And then right there, the rain is, and it's pounding the cars. And I hear that rain on the cars. And I'm like, should I run? Like, I don't want to get totally soaked. And I was like, I didn't really move so fast because it wasn't. And I turn around, and I couldn't believe, really seeing that. And these are the ways that God gives us messages. In our lives, we have to realize that our lives are our lives. And just like it wasn't my place to, start running around and telling everyone, oh, the tide over here in the front of the beach, it moves up a little bit, but at the point, the way the land is different. The tide vastly, like when it starts coming up, it doesn't just come up a little bit. It comes up very fast. And anyone that goes to the beach knows like how the land mass is. So when you're at at an area where it turns like that, it's differently. Years ago, I used to go to a place, used to film world famous videos there, Plum Beach in Brooklyn, New York. And that's why I've spent so much time out in nature, studying nature, knowing the ebbs and flows of these different areas. And you know, some of you remember some of those videos where I was standing is literally the ocean floor, and you could see the little ripples, you know, in the sand, because most of the day it's underwater. And then it totally, like a football field, comes up. It's not our place to wake anyone up at this time. And you have to think about yourself, and you don't want to be around in the absolute chaos when you know ahead of time, when you know the answers. We all learn on our journey, and there are people that have already disconnected from like I saw people, they knew where to park their trucks. They knew how to behave later in the day. I was back and I was sitting, and you know, friend sees me and we're sitting, and then they don't know how to, like, there's rules about driving on the sand, and they're like spinning around right behind us. The sheriff comes over to us after they left, and he's laughing. He's like, "You got to be careful." I said, I know, it's amateur hour. So, you know, we all know that there's people that know how to act and behave, and then there's people that have no clue. So in our lives, when the shifts are happening, this is happening with or without anyone. So what you want to do is focus on yourself, your family, and not be concerned because people aren't going to hear you. It's also not our place. You also have to be compassionate for other people that still haven't broken free of the matrix. That might be their one opportunity. Like we have to look at the lens at many points to the lens. And that's why this channel is very deep. If you're a very deep thinker, click subscribe. So while I understand, I said, well, how would these people don't get it? But we also have to, at the same time, be compassionate to people that this might only be their only beach days out of the year. And do you see how I look at the world? And we have to all start looking at the world this way. You know, this is unbelievable. This is going to be chaos. None of them see what's going on. But at the same time, we have to be compassionate to people that only saw CNN their entire lives. They never watched a YouTube video their entire lives. Hit the like button if you resonate with what I'm saying. You might be a conscious person and you listen to, you know, content like this for people that are thinking deeply, people that want to, you know, improve their life. And over the course of our life, there was something that gave us that little branch to get us out of the matrix. There are people in this world that still watch CNN, and they've never watched a YouTube video in their life. So I just want you to think about that. While we are going through the shifts, we can also be compassionate to people that absolutely have no clue. For some of those people, that is their only beach moment, or only a rare. What is part of my everyday life, what is part of the people that are out there enjoying nature. I see these people out there praying, living, fishing, living the organic life, reading a book, right? Either solo or with a family. And so now you have the integration on a moment in time where you can clearly see the distinction in a moment in time when you can clearly see the distinction of people that are very deeply ingrained in the matrix. And then there's people that are connected to God and nature. And a moment in time, you see the convergence when you have compare and contrast. You can see the people. And that's why when it comes to free will, if you got this message on your stream, This is a moment in your life where you say, you know what, I have to reflect on, and I can see the loop in my own life. I can see the trajectory. I can see the trajectory if I'm going to go further down that matrix, if I'm going to be in a miserable life with a miserable relationship, misery, chaos. Or am I going to disconnect? Wow, I can do this on a regular basis. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? And this is what I've been sharing to people, and I'm always sharing from my life and giving the real life evidence of how this actually works. You are going to have to push through a moment of fear. And in the reality, people don't like discomfort. People don't want to go through that moment where you say, you know what, I'm going to wake up. I'm going to dislodge myself. Wow, you know, I don't have to live this way any longer. And most of the time, we are living from the subconscious programs that the TV did give to us, or that is rooted within mainstream society. You know, I'm a world famous content creator. How you doing? Right? And I receive a lot of comments. Yesterday was a very powerful video, and I was explaining the changes, the energetic changes in your spine and your bone structure. And again, I get people, and I just, some people, they say, oh, we got to be, you know, I'm just calling it how it is. There's people that came in, beautiful comments. And then I get like a Neanderthal type of comment of a person, if a person can't understand it. And again, now what we have to do right now, we're beyond this. So we're pointing out the psychology of other people that are disrespectful. Just because your pineal gland is still calcified, it doesn't give you the right to disrespect people that moved on with their lives. We're not in elementary school anymore, boys. We're not in elementary school anymore, miserable modern woman. We are kings. We are queens. The season has shifted. The tides have shifted. And what we need to do in life is start taking accountability for. I had to take accountability. Just like I could sit before millions of people, however many people want to watch, and I could share about my life. There were junctures in my life where I could say I could keep going down that matrix road, or I could learn, I could change, and I could go through what my heart wants me to go through. Stay connected to God. Know the compare and contrast, because there are, not every day is the same. Not every moment is the same. Not every season is the same. And a lot of you know the season that it's coming. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. It's coming. And in this moment in time, in this year, that is not like any other year, where the energy is hotter than ever before, as the fire horse is running. The fire horse, I was the fire horse on that beach. I can't wait for anyone. I got to move forward with my life. If you are getting this message, and this is how potent this, if you want to shift your timeline, if you want better for your life, there are people that we're at a place where we had plenty of time to learn. People will be left in the dust. And if you stay there, you are going to be caught up in the chaos. Oh, here goes the trucks. Here goes the boys, the funnel in the beer, all this stuff. No, I can't do that. Oh, there's the loser. There's the loser modern woman. They're all taking their selfies for the Instagram, all the chaos. Oh my God. Am I sitting there? No, I got to move forward. So what we need to do, hit the like button. What we need to do is we need to move forward, because if you sit there, you are going to be caught up in the chaos. You are going to be caught up in the shift show, because we are shifting. And you can't lower yourself. If I already know things, I don't have to deal with things like a person that didn't understand yesterday's lesson. But what I am focused on, at the same time, I received a beautiful comment from one of my former students. And something like that is what shows me you never know who's watching you in life right now. You want to show up with your finest right now. You want to continuously move forward because you are inspiring other people that have left the matrix behind. And as I could, my former students that still watch till today, that saw a man that stood up against systems, that went forward with the truth. Because when you sit there and you're saying, you know what, this system is not serving nothing, you have to have the inexhaustible belief in yourself. Throat chakra. See? That's a throat chakra clearing. You have to have the inexhaustible belief in yourself. And we can watch it. These are the shifts in the body. I was talking about the lower chakras. We got the throat chakra. Open it up live on the air. Smash the like button if you like this stuff. You got to show up with the world. You got to clear it out. You see how that works? You see how it works live? You're going to go out on social media. You're going to see these fake people that want to talk about this journey. You have to go through the truthful process. Carl Jung calls it the process of individuation. And you don't have time anymore. You don't have the time. It's not about that. See, Cristal, that's the clearing. You have to go through it. And now we're popping bottles, baby. You see? You have to go through it. I know we're on a delay. You got to go through it. You see how that works? You see how that clears? Because in our lives, there's people, because people have gaslit you. But these people are going to get swept away with what's coming. But this is the time period where you have to rise up, where you have to put your health and wellness number one, top priority, where you put your family top priority, where you put your relationship top priority. You want to get your 4 pillars up and running this summer? Click subscribe. So I'm reading the chat right now. No one can touch you when you get to this place. But what happens is, and again, if you are new, then I suggest that you watch or rewatch or get yesterday's lesson in here. No one touches you anymore. But what is happening is you have collected densities for years and years. You hold them in the chakra points in the body. While we are going through very high energies from the sun, the solar flash, the Schumann resonance, these densities must leave the body. Could be in the organs, could be in the throat, can be in the bones. That's why a lot of people are experiencing that at the base of the spine right now. It's a very powerful time period. Absolute. It's wild out there. All of a sudden, I see all these people showing up. I said, where do these people show up? I said, it's always peaceful here. What's going on? This has to stop. Hi, everyone. This is Mayor Mike. Mayor Mike is here today with a public service announcement for the world. How you doing? This is Mayor Mike from the great state of Florida, and I'm the spiritual mayor of the state of Florida. It's good to see you. And I'm here with a public service announcement today. Your state is great. Oh, yeah? Yeah. Your state is great. Yeah, Mayor Mike is here to tell you, don't come here. Don't come down here to Florida on these holidays. No. Have you ever heard of sharks? Yeah, the sharks. There's sharks in the water. Yeah. Don't come down here. No, this giant jellyfish. They were washing up on the other giant jellyfish that could sting you. No, your state is great. Don't come down to Florida. No, don't come here. No, have you heard of these sharks? Yeah, there's sharks out there. Yeah. This giant jellyfish. Oh, you're gonna have an Airbnb. Oh, have you heard of alligators? Yeah, alligators will knock down your front door. Do you want alligators coming to your front door? No, no. So today, for all the people in the world revving their engines, causing all the traffic, causing chaos everywhere, your state is great. Yeah. Stay in your state. You don't want sharks. No. You don't want jellyfish. No, no. You don't want alligators coming to your front door. Stay in your state and don't come to Florida. It's very dangerous here in Florida. Do not come. Don't do Papa Wheelies with your trucks. Don't come on the beach and get stuck in the sand because you drove the wrong truck. The sign said 4x4 only, and you didn't read the sign, and you got to bring all your beer can. Stay in your state. It's dangerous here. We got sharks and alligators and jellyfish, and there's hawks. There's hawks. Your state is great. This is a public service announcement from Mayor Mike. Yeah. Please stay in your please stay in your state. Okay. Don't come down here. Don't come down. All right. So I hope the public service announcement helps people. It's such a vast difference. It is what it is. So during this time period, we have to have fun in our everyday life. And, even though, there are great changes that are happening, you don't want to see a palmetto bug? Nope. Mm-mm. Nope. Mm-mm. Those things, they survive. Listen, get a blowtorch. I don't know. Okay. Stay in your state. Have you seen a palmetto bug? You can't, it's like, they got like I don't know. Stay in your state. Don't come. Don't come here. Okay. And then as it starts to get warmer, then there's more mosquitoes that come. All right. You want mosquitoes? No, you don't want them. Your state is great. That's all I could say. All right. So sometimes in life, but that's why God is showing us the contrast. And if you are moving forward with your life, with your life, I watch a lot, and I've been sharing this. You want to make a beautiful decision for who you have in your life, because when the chaos comes, right, especially our men, how you doing, Divine Masculine, you are going to see a lot of these, oh, come save me now. No, I'm not coming to save you now. No. So what we needed to do through this process is we needed to see unconditional love. That's what we needed to see. And you need to make, if you're the Divine Feminine, are you listening to me, Divine Feminine? You need to make a quality decision of the man that you're going to have by your side. Because if you make a wrong decision, and I see it all the time, I've seen this over the course of my life. And, I always, when I was younger, you want story time with Uncle Mike before I get off the air? I appreciate if you hit the like button so people hear this. I never went and I didn't go through all the studying of the spiritual awakening, but I always knew that something was wrong. Something was terribly wrong. And in this world, when you're a quality man, when you have quality, like I had quality parents, so I never got married. I never, had kids. I stayed clean. I stayed away from the chaos and the dysfunction. You better listen to this message right now. There is dysfunction in this world. I've always lived, and I look basically the same, whether, if I'm 25 or 40, I look exactly the same, and the physical health is the same. And when I was younger, and I would go to these things that were like in this, oh, it's party time, and I would get so angry, and my friends would say, why are you getting so angry? They're giving you attention. There would be these losers at the bachelorette party that they would come over to me, and they'd see my body, and oh, let me take a picture, and they would have these little straws and hats with a little member of a man's body, and I'm sitting there, and I got mad. I said, get TF away from me. I said, you should be focused on your husband that you're about to marry. You should be focused on me. This is the anger that I've had inside for years as a quality man. I hope someone shares this video today. So I'm sitting here, and I'm like, you should be focused on a man that you're about to marry. Meanwhile, I'm the one, right? So when you have this frequency, you don't attract these loser women into your everyday life. So during this time, there was a lot of partying out in these clubs and stuff that was outside and by the beaches, and pool parties. Eventually, bro, if you're listening to me, brother, that's why you have to be sharp about the girl that you're gonna ask to marry you. That dirtbag is going to be in your home now. There she is, trying to take pictures, doing all this. No. Someone's got to wake up. Someone has to wake up that in this world, there is dysfunction and then there's quality. There is so in life, we want to attract beautiful, strong girls that could take the journey with us. And it's wild because years ago, it was a little bit different. I feel the world has gotten worse and worse. And going into this shift, this season, you used to maybe look forward to, being quote unquote single for the summer. And, very strongly, I felt it for over a year now. I just wanted my rib. And life is exhausting in the modern world. And, to have the right girl with you, it's so powerful, and this is where we are in life. So hopefully someone hears this today. Sharon Shrum, wow, thank you so much for that super chat. Victory, yeah, we got the victory today. It's a powerful one today. I'm so grateful, Sharon. Thank you so much for that. And again, everything is where it is in life. I have buddies, and like my friend was sharing about his recent story, and then we have another friend that the life, it just gets worse and worse and worse. So in your life, you want to have, if you're hearing me for the first time, you want to have your 4 pillars: your health, your wealth, your purpose, and your relationship. Those are your 4 pillars. If you want to move forward in this very potent change that we're all going through, click the subscribe button today. Get the changes implemented into your, disconnect from the matrix lifestyle today. And even years ago, like something inside of myself, it was wrong to me. And if there's a guy, or maybe you're a divine feminine, you appreciate the story I just shared. And again, there's people that aren't going to like this, because they are because that's their behavior. That's their behavior. Eventually in life, you're going to want to grow up. Eventually in life, you want to raise your frequency. But we don't have time. We don't have time anymore. Now, your high commander has a public service announcement. The season has changed. Oh, baby. It's the unofficial start. Yeah. A lot of you know today marks the unofficial start. And during this season, we want to put our best foot forward. When the energy is so high, this is how we actually manifest and create things, and not living small. Someone's got to hear, don't live small, because today we are moving forward. We're not apologizing. We are growing. We are expanding. And we are dominating, because the summer of assert dominance has begun. We're kicking it off, baby. We're kicking it off. FAFO season has begun. Those that have been on this channel, you might be new. You joined on a great day. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. We are headed to the fifth dimension. FAFO. FAF5. We are headed, baby. Don't apologize. Live. What you have inside of you is so important to this world, to this change. Start embracing your inner child. Start creating right now. And stay out of the chaos. There is tons of chaos out there. Leave the chaos. My sister made that shirt, Christy. Her Etsy store is in the description. Leave the chaos. And every single summer, when it gets to this point, this is the time to shine. Just like the sun is shining like never before, now it's your time to shine. I appreciate the community support. I appreciate you sharing this word. And this is what we do every single day. Check out the videos that pop up here. Know the power that you possess. And keep moving forward and keep shining your light, because eventually this world must change to reflect this inner light. You might have to go through a season where you are alone because you had to disconnect. You can't have those friends anymore that are out there doing that stuff. You can't have that loser modern woman, brother, in your life. You can't have that weak beta male, divine feminine. So anyone that's getting this message, a man, a woman, if you're awakened, if you're conscious, this is where you want to be moving forward. I am the defender of our everyday lives. No matter what comes your way, light warriors, just keep going. I love each and every one of you. Take back your power and take control of your life. You have to take control of your life. Push through the fear. I love you all. Remember, it's just another day. When you disconnect from the matrix, every day is another day of greatness, of freedom. Be free. Be free to have the love. Oh, this is the love I want. So get it. This is the lifestyle I want. So go get it. And people live because of the matrix in the programs in the brain. Disconnect from those programs today. If you came on in the end, rewatch this very powerful lesson today. Share the lesson. Check out the videos. Facebook, TikTok, Patreon, Instagram. Utilize the hashtag OurEverydayLives. We got to go because this is the summer of assert dominance. So dominate your everyday life. I love you guys very much. I really do. Poppy loves you. Thank you so much, Poppy. I love you too. Thank you so much for the super chat. I love you. We have to embrace that energy today, Regina. Absolutely. I love you guys very much. And I appreciate you listening. You could listen to anything. You could listen to the garbage on CNN. You could listen to the garbage. You could listen to all this fake stuff. And you chose to listen to this. So for that, I am very grateful. I love you guys very much. And I hope this message changes the world. I love you. Bye for now.